Louisiana. I've been in Atlanta for about 15 years now. I started out in the beauty industry. I have a lash company called Conceited Inc. A lot of people have been to me for training. I've trained over 3,000 women to do eyelash extensions, from women in Turks and Caicos to the Bahamas to everywhere internationally. I started out there, and then I progressed on to getting into real estate. I'm a real estate investor. I invest, do fix and flips. I teach other people how to invest in real estate, and I also help other entrepreneurs who are like stuck in their business get it to the next level. I'm not gonna say I'm a marketing expert, but I'm really good at marketing, and I look at your business and tell you what's going wrong, and I'm very real about it. I keep it 100 with you. I don't come and sugarcoat. I tell you exactly what I think the problem is, and typically when people fix it, I help you get a bag.
All right, so let's give up to Miss Chanel Kennard. I want to say she's going to definitely keep it real, and a lot of times you need somebody to just come into your business and say, you got this all wrong. All right, and turn this thing around so you're not just sitting there spinning your wheels. So, and then next, how did y'all feel about the table stuff yesterday? Okay, this is that person right here, y'all. Okay, all the fancy smancy. All right, go ahead, Miss Angie Sim, tell them who you
So
are.
thank you for mentioning that, and that's one of the many things I do. And when this beautiful young lady said yesterday she hangs sheetrock, I as well can do sheetrock. Everything from sheetrock to decorating. But I'm so honored to be here today in front of you. I am Angie Sims, and I am absolutely the difference. Right? So we created an organization called the League of Girlfriends. I like to call it a sorority for the entrepreneur woman, right? Because we need somewhere to let our hair down and get away from the crazy people that we live with, right? So we created the League of Girlfriends. The reason why is because I moved here from northern New Jersey, where I was an executive at Citigroup Smith Barney for 15 years, making a lot of money. I moved here to Atlanta, knew absolutely no one, right? So I left all my girlfriends back home. So what do we do as women when we move to a place and we don't have girlfriends? And who do we rely on the most? Those are our girlfriends. So we've been able to grow this organization from only 9 members last year to 257 members today, committed members, involved members.
Okay.
So everywhere we go, we fill up tables, Dr. T, Saria. So I'm so excited to be here to be fed. So thank you so much, and thank everybody so much. And I look forward to connecting afterwards.
Absolutely, and y'all see little man taking his mom. Look at him, got his mom. It's so sweet. I love it. All right. Hey, if you have been to anything Greek Fest-wise in the ATL, this man that's about to speak right now is some of the brains behind that. But I'm gonna let Mr. T will go ahead and introduce himself.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Good morning, and good to see you again. So I am pretty much your entrepreneur, regular entrepreneur who took an idea from nothing to something. And I'm literally the back mind concept of whatever you were thinking of. Well, should I start? Should I do this? You know, my idea, is it big enough? Will people come and take it? I'm the reinforcement. I'm the proof that I did something straight out of college, did not work for anybody, and was able to scale it up to, levels that has never been done before. Funny enough, Gamal is here because he's a really good friend of mine, and so we're not just here talking about, this is what we're doing, like it's proof, because Gamal can literally co-sign everything, because I've been to him to talk about strategies and marketing, and I've actually hired the company he works with. We are business partners for the last 3-4 years. So we sit down, we strategize, we find ideas, and for a person like me who felt like, yes, we were doing things at such a big level, I never felt that, I know everything, because I think we get to a point where we're getting successful. Yeah, I'm doing it right, but to me, I always look at it from the mindset of, I'm still a kid in this business. Yes, I'm pulling 20,000. Yes, I've touched hundreds of thousands of millions of people. We made hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, but I need to know more. I need to learn, because I need to be able to open to a possibility that there's something 100 times bigger than what I currently am doing. And outside of the Greek picnic, that's primarily what I'm known for. But I also own a real estate company. We've transitioned companies locally from America to Nigeria that want to scale. One of our big clients was Healthfinity. I'm not sure if anybody knows the company, but they're based out of Louisiana and Slidell, good friends of ours. So I'm here to literally give you a lot of strategies, ideas, different things and experiences that I have learned from, I failed on, but I've also learned from and being very successful. So please feel free to ask very open questions. I mean, ask the deep questions. I don't want to, again, like she said, sugarcoat anything. You're here to hear the raw things. And the biggest thing I was going to definitely stress on is just the fact that you guys made the commitment, because many people don't understand that invest in yourself. You know, it's Saturday morning, people could be at home watching TV, you know, in the pool, you know, I mean, it's a little cold right now, but, you know what I mean? But I just want to kind of just commend you all for being here, you know, for this conference. It's not easy to be part of something that's starting, because most people feel like, oh, it's not validated, it's not big, it's not at the Georgia World Congress Center. But this is how the big things start. You know, big things have small beginnings, and this isn't small. I'll tell you that, because to be able to pull, most people cannot pull friends to come to a business meeting and say you have this many people in. You can text everybody, maybe 2 people may show up. So to have this is huge. But I'm here and happy to share every insight, to give you a lot of value. My biggest thing I want to do in anything I speak on is to give you value. So when you leave, you can also apply it immediately. Not that, well, I don't know, and I'm very open to. So connecting, don't be shy to ask for my number, my email. I always give it, my personal. So I'm happy, and I'm very happy to make this happen.
Absolutely, and as we have Gamal speak in a moment, think of some questions, because we're going to open this up to the floor. All right, you do have to stand up and think and stuff. All right, get ready. But I don't want that to deter anybody, all right? But just be thinking of some questions that we're going to start that in about a minute. But just drop some serious nuggets for us. Let's give it up again for Gamal, y'all. He dropped some serious nuggets a moment ago, y'all. Just real quickly, even though some of us already knew who you are, what you just did or whatever, but let us know who you are.
Yeah, real quick, Gamal Kadner again, just a kid from Jamaica. And I would like to just be asked any questions around just digital marketing. And you heard my story, which I just shared. I've now transitioned into a place where I'm no longer just selfish and focused on creating wealth for myself and my family, but I'm now open to helping other people. And Tila was one of the earliest people that we spoke with. And once again, people eloquently said it. It's not only, what I do is not only for people who are just getting started, it's for people who have reached the level and you want to double, triple the level. Our relationship has generated multiple 6 figures for his events and his brands. And I've gone on to work with Essence and a whole lot of other brands, BYOB, all kinds of stuff, One Music Fest. So now I'm actually only focusing on people who have online brands. So if you sell e-commerce products or digital products, things like that, I have a coaching program that I love to share with you. So if you're one of those people, if you had questions, like ask away right now. Happy to help share with whatever our private students are learning. I'm happy to share that with you openly today. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, and I want to start off with one of the first questions, because we're just going to go straight to the errors and the mistakes that people make, and I want each one of you to answer this. So, just starting with you, Gamal, what's one of the biggest mistakes that you see people make in the digital marketing space? If you could just give 1 or 2 that you just see that you, whether new or been around for a minute, what's a big mistake that you see people make?
Yeah, so outside of the 2 things I just mentioned, I think authenticity is a big thing that I see people jack up. Because you see so many Kardashians and Gary V's and gurus. Everyone thinks they need to be something who they are not in order to get people's attention. Right. But it's quite the opposite. Like, just being authentic. Like, I love how she started. She just kept it real. Like, yo, here's who I am. Here's what I do. I'm gonna keep it real with you. And like, that's the thing that connects. So you're not trying to appeal to everyone. You're trying to get meaningful connections. And everyone is on social media or online with their guards up. So flashing the car, doing all this other stuff, like, you got it. But if people are coming to you for that, you're not going to have long-term relationships and long-term connections. Right. You want people to like you for who you naturally are. You want to be no makeup on. You want to be gay. You want to be hood. You want to talk how you regularly talk, because that's the people who are really going to connect with you. So, number 1 mistake I see out of all the mistakes are
don't be fake. All right.
Basically. Yeah.
The number 1 mistake I think I've noticed over the years is that outside, also inclusive in authenticity, is also that they're scared to tell their true story. Okay. You know, like I said, kind of anywhere I spoke with Pinky Cole's Foundation this week, and even being here today, I always reinforce telling, how did you start? And my story starts from when I was 16. And kind of just building that, because people want to hear the real. People, you know, like you said, no one wants to hear the Kim Kardashian. No one wants to hear the pack.
By the way, y'all see my hair? She slayed this hair. Y'all see it? Woo! Hello! Yes, I keep touching gonna last too long. Okay. I said she gonna get me like I'm touching your hair. Monica Denise Wilkerson, Lakeisha James, Jasmine Stokes,
I'm in that already.
and Ashley Schiff.
Okay.
All right. So our winner for CEO on the Rise 2019. Well, you all won, just so y'all know. But the way we did it was we didn't just do it on votes because some people were sitting at home. Sorry, I'm playing. And screaming, vote. But no, I feel like if somebody's willing to do that, they deserve to also be recognized. But that only took a portion of the vote, and then we also selected based on their answers, based on what we saw them doing. But I want you all to know that you all have won, okay? But you know, in anything, competitions are always great, right? So our 2019 CEO on the Rise winner is Lakeisha James. But y'all make sure y'all share that Flyback magazine everywhere you go. Hello, let's take some pictures.
Yeah, I texted him. I'm recording.
I picked the right colors. Y'all look so good. Okay, next is our inspirational CEO. Oh, and first of all, let me just tell you, a CEO on the Rise is a CEO that is really doing some things, moving and shaking, and we see you. Right? And so I just make sure I explain what that is.
Now we have the opportunity to go buy a couple more buildings from what we just did. So even when the crazy stuff happens to you, you're still able to get out. And we had 2 fires in that building. A plug, what is it? The extension, I don't even know what the thing is called. Where
It's
you
the
plug in
devil.
all
We'll
your
just call it
stuff
the
at,
devil. That's
the
what it
little
is.
extension cord where they have like the 6, it blew up.
The surge plug.
Protector.
Okay.
It blew up, okay, with cell phone chargers and all that. They said the surge failed. The surge protector failed. So the surge protector company had to like do mediation and everything on the building because their product failed. And it took them it's been 11 months. Okay, and they just started to do repairs. When they came there, they saw some of the stuff. I ended up just spending the money on fixing the majority of it myself. They still haven't paid, and their surge protector blew up in the building and caused the fire department did more damage than the surge protector. To be honest with you, but just a disaster.
Just the journey, y'all.
Just a journey. We still going though. We still going.
So we have our first question over here.
Thank you. So, good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Brian Olds. I'm with Black Speakers Network, and so our mission is to equip, connect, and inspire the next generation of Black professional speakers. And so we're a national membership-based online community, and so our entire goal is to help speakers connect with the audience that they're called to serve. My question is kind of 2 parts, and it's also directed for Kamal, but I love all the speakers' perspective on this because we've attempted Facebook ads in the past, had no idea what we were doing, and then we brought in somebody else and they had more knowledge, but we still never got the traction that we were looking for. And I just know that talking about Facebook and Instagram specifically, it looks like they continue to evolve the advertising product. It's a very complex product. There are a lot of moving parts, and I appreciate how you broke down the 4 different starting points. So I would just like to know if you can go a little bit deeper into that and how you structure it, because when I look at that, I see things like, hey, you can boost a post. You can, run ads directly from the native app on Instagram. But I feel like I never get the exact traction I'm looking for that. So I'm sure you're using an ad manager and doing some type of digital marketing wizardry in there. So I'd just like to know a little bit more about that. And then the second part is more so about, you mentioned the one-to-one connection and how important that is. I'd just like to know I know a lot of the things you have could be automated and you're utilizing those tools. Like when you say, hey, somebody messaged you, where does automation start and end. So are you physically going in and having people respond to those messages, or just any perspective that any of you could share around how you're building in processes to do those things?
Great question. So question one, part A. I think you touched on something very cool. I glossed over it, but I just want to spend some time there. I don't think you should outsource what you don't understand, especially if it's critical to your business. So for me, advertising and marketing, a lot of people who come to me to have e-commerce brands, and they're like, hey, I was using this ad agency and they were doing this. But even if you don't want to do it, for a brand under $500,000 a year, you should definitely at least understand. That's one of the 7-figure skills you should acquire. Even if you don't want to actually do it each day, you should at least understand the strategy and what's capable. Like I just broke down the different segments of how you can target your audience, because we had an ad agency. Our ad agency ran 2 ads before I started coaching people. And when people would come to me and they pretty much would say, hey, I know nothing about ads, help me. I'm a good person, but subconsciously when everyone hears that, they said, this person doesn't know shit. So they don't know what good results versus bad results versus great results are, right? So if I give them anything, one step, they're happy with it.
Right.
So I think one of the best things you can do as an entrepreneur is understand it. And even if you do hire a consultant, you say, here's what I want you to do. Here's the benchmarks, and go do it. And you hand it off your paper, off your desk. So when I automate things, that's kind of how I look at it. If I automate things with an individual or an app, I know what I needed to do, and then I just find someone to do that work for me. I don't depend on someone else for something critical in my business. So practically how I do it is Facebook Creator now and Facebook Business Manager now has the ability to for you to comment on your DMs on Facebook and Instagram. On all your comments, you can manage your conversations there, and also in your DMs. So being on your phone, especially if you have multiple accounts, it can get a little time consuming. So I recommend doing there, and I just block out a certain time of day. So I try to follow a routine. So I may block out an hour block in the morning, post my content, follow up on comments, and then maybe another 30 minutes, 45-minute block in the evening. That's all I do. So I'm not in my app all day, because that could be counterproductive.
Here between 10 and 10:10, you automatically will be getting a copy of that shit to you. I'll pay for it myself. I'm not playing. Y'all need to be on time. And if I got to give you something so that you can understand the value in that, I'll do it. All right? Okay, so y'all record this. Y'all ready? Excuse me. La, 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 la. Okay. Vision is the art of seeing what's invisible to others. So don't allow people who do not see what you see to break your focus. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, don't you look left. Don't you look right. Only stay focused forward on what God has for you. And at the end of the day, my darlings, all will be well. All right, y'all. Good night. God bless. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Now am booked as a speaker to speak at more events. As of a result of attending the Urban CEO Network Conference, I now have 3 new business partners where we are building a business together. You must be intentional with your time. A lot of times, guys, the reason why for many of us, sometimes we're just casual. You ever hear somebody saying, throwing stuff at the wall, I'm just throwing this, and hoping it sticks? Because we're casual, we're not specific, okay? It's also easy to kind of get derailed and confused about the actions that we take. And so I encourage you guys to, every time you do something that requires your time, be intentional with it. And you know what's funny about when you become very intentional about your time? The people who are unintentional, they're going to have something to say. I need to guard you with that, because you will always be attacked in different areas of your life. I talked about this at the Show Your Success. I talk about this all the time. And as we get ready to wrap this thing up, because some of y'all gonna leave, some of y'all left out of here yesterday, fired up, and immediately got attacked. Can I get a witness? Mm-hmm. The devil, or sometimes God, because I believe that as well. I believe that you go through things so you can be stretched. If I could only tell you about some of the stuff I've dealt with over the past couple of months, child, boo, but it has made me stronger, okay? It didn't make me weaker. You think about the challenges you go through, they don't make you weaker. They make you stronger. And when you're stronger, you can do better. And so you'll be attacked in 4 areas. Write this down, because I need this I need you to know this for confirmation, okay? Number 1, you get a...
That's another lie. Okay? All right? You come whole, they come whole. 2 wholes make heaven, 2 halves make hell. So if you don't know who you are and you haven't figured that out yet, let me tell you something. Get out of the dating game. Hello. It's rude. Okay, Holy Spirit coming in. All right, so I just want to share with you that you have to get yourself together. You know, if you want to go get a good meal, that's fine. I get it. All right, but don't go getting in no relationship if you don't even know who you are first. Okay, let's shift that forward really quickly. You know, how do you receive love? Right? How are you going to teach me how to love you and you don't even know how to love you? There's 5 love languages. Do you know them? If you don't, go to Google. There's 5 of them. Take the quiz. It's like 18 questions. This is forever we're talking about you're signing up for. If you don't know how, okay, words of affirmation, physical touch right here. I know that off the top. But see, when I got married, guess what? I married a gifts person. Gifts was at the bottom of my list. The first couple of years of my marriage now. I'm like, why is you tripping? You wasn't like this when we was dating. Okay? Because I didn't even know. Okay? I didn't know for like 5-6 years. Lord have mercy. Write down love language right now. Take the quiz when we leave here. Okay? So that you can teach me how to love you. How are we even going to get to business and live fun and talking to Mr. Pitts when we don't even understand how to love ourselves? You think you're going to go ball out in a business? You won't. Okay? You might do a little something, but just like Chanel said, you're going to have a grand opening and a grand closing. Okay? All right? Just simply because your heart's not right. Let me tell you something. If I have a blessing to give to you and my name was God, I'm not going to send you the blessing if you haven't even figured out why you're here and who you are. Why am I going to hand you somebody else's other life? Some of us need to be happy that we're not in a relationship because you would have messed that other person up. Okay? So we just have to understand just a couple of things. While we're in this space, let me share something with you. Your business will not show up if you don't show up. You got to show up first for you. Okay? And then you can teach somebody else how to show up for you. Does that make sense? I'm trying to go. How much time I got? Okay. How much more time? Try to take my notes right here. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. All right, I'm not doing good because I got my married people to talk to really quickly. All right, but I just want, but just for my unmarried, I want you to understand that, you know, I'm asking you guys to just get ready, right? You have to get ready, and you do that by just simply understanding yourself and how to maximize yourself, and then you can maximize your relationship with somebody else. Does that make sense?
That I had been through. For example, I got pregnant the first time I had sex at 14. I had my daughter at 15. And you know, when other individuals hear that and see where I am today, you know, when I first moved here to Atlanta 10 years ago, within that first week, my car was repossessed. I didn't know how I was going to get around it. You know, as he mentioned, not to brag or anything, you know, but I've got, you know, several luxury cars now. So I think it's, you know, it's very important to, you know, give back, and not only monetarily, but just sharing your story and what you've been through is so important. I'm really big on doing business consultations and helping individuals open businesses and improve their business and different things of that nature. So just wanted to say that a little bit just about my personal endeavor.